Today we'll be discussing three areas: what is evaluation, what is the purpose, and then the kinds of school records, what is the importance of maintaining it, and the different type of school registers which is being maintained in school. Now we are all familiar with the terminology evaluation. Evaluation is important to know the quality like how things are progressing, what is the level we have attained, and what are the we can say that like if the things are if the graph is going up, that's a positive sign, and if there is any shortcomings, that has to be overcome. And for any organization, it is evaluation which helps us to understand the standard that is maintained. So evaluation is related to two fundamental aspects: is educational objectives and learning experience. When we are talking about the school organization, these are the two areas: educational objectives and the learning experience. And definitely it aids to it helps us to assess it helps us to measure and appraise the growth and development and make respective changes. It measures the changes and judge the desirability and accuracy of those changes. അതാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇവാലുവേഷൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ. അതിന് നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ സ്കൂൾ ലെവലിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇവാലുവേഷൻ ചെയ്യുമ്പം there are various tools which we used. So here we have listed around 12 devices. Majority of it you are already familiar with. Like to begin with, a test, any kind of test that will help us to understand the level of understanding and how the understanding and plus the score. It's all related to the score. The test like we will have different type of tests: achievement tests, psychological tests, and then in evaluation can be made in observation. It can be we can gather information through interview. You can use a rating scale. You can use questionnaires, checklists, inventories. Then from records and reports which have been maintained, in that also the records and reports in that we can examples for that is diary writing, anecdotal records, cumulative records, then sociometry, it's a tool. Then what is it, the social drama, case studies and conferences. Then through the student projects. In student projects, the things which comes under that is notebooks, assignment, and autobiographies. So these are the different evaluation tools. And let's see what's cumulative record. Cumulative record, it contains the result of different assessments and judgment held from time to time during the course of study, during a particular period. That is called cumulative records. Example, in school, all kinds of details of the all the kind of tests. They have class tests, if there is weekly tests, then term-wise tests, then annual exam. All that together can be considered as a cumulative record. Then another terminology which pre-primary teachers should definitely know, pre-primary and primary teachers. The anecdotal records extensively used in this segment. It can be used in higher classes also. So what is anecdotal? It's an observation what is written like a short note. So the practice is like anecdotal, especially in pre-primary, the teacher, the class teacher, make a record of the things like genuine things. It is recorded and it is passed down to the next class teacher, so that that will be as a reference to know the person in detail. So the anecdotal records will be handy. Now, what is sociometry? Sociometry is the measurement of social relationship of a given group of people. And for that example is I have included in this PPT suppose there are 5 members in a team, and if you are giving an option, I mean, the person whom you would like to work on. So suppose A, B, C, D, E, and in that, if suppose majority of the people say C is the most acceptable person, and then followed by D, and then I said it's like a ranking. So that is sociometry. Then what is sociodrama? Is a dramatic play that is individual act out assigned role for the purpose of studying and remedying the problems in the group. So they are enacting it. And what is inventories? It is a self-assessment, gives answers to the questions. That is inventories. Okay, so these are the different devices. So like I said, we have added a example for sociometry. Here there are a group of 6 members, A, B, C, D, E, F, and in that when it is asked the people who would like to work with the person A, only one person has given a concern, that is E. So in that the ranking for A is only 1 point. And when it is asked who would like to work with the person B, there were 3 people who were willing. 3 people who were willing as A was willing, D was willing, and F. That means B has got a score of 3 points. In case of C, nobody has given a consent. That means nobody is willing to work with person C. And now with D, A has given a consent yes, C has given E and F. So the total points for D is 4 points. And so is E. E also, B has given consent, C has expressed the willingness, D has expressed the willingness, and F. So the points for E is also 4. 4 people are willing. And in case of F is most popular. He has got 5 points. So let's see who all have agreed for. A is willing, B is willing, C is willing, D, and so is E. Here the only person who is F has not voted for himself. So here he has got 5 points. So the most popular person in this group is F, and most liked person we can say it is F, and the person whom they don't want to work along is with C. So now let's see what is school records. School records are all documents, evidences of what the school does. That's how all the records which speaks the program what the school is offering, that can be considered school records. And school records contain data and information about the various aspects of the school operation. It also have data included of the teachers, students, classes, facilities, and finance. So all this comes under the school records. Now what's the objective? School records help school administration to make a decision. Records provide data that enables logically balanced and objective decisions on issues such as promotion, related with students and staff discipline, and teaching and learning performances. So especially with the score, the cumulative records with the marks and all, what is the percentage the student is achieving in various subjects, overall what is the percentage, and what is the grade that can be awarded to him. All that can be done systematically through going through these records. And these records helps the school, it helps the teachers, and it helps the students itself. Now let's see what are the different type of school records. There are general records, financial records, educational records, correspondence records, accounts book, and special registers. The general records here in your book, it is clearly given. Like example for general records are school calendar, logbook, visitors book, service register, admission and withdrawal register, TC, transfer certificate book, and general order book. So these all comes from the first group, general records. In financial records, details of the donation, register for maintaining the all the information about scholarship, then fees collection register, then bill register. So all that comes under the financial. Educational registers records can be class timetables, pupils attendance register, the teachers attendance register, timetable, teachers monthly performance of work, register where it is all recorded, then the headmaster's supervision register, then all the cumulative records. Then comes correspondence records. Here, like a school will have to correspond with the parent community, at times with the society, and even to the to the suppose if it's a CBSE school, there are many occasions where they will have to communicate with the head office, the CBSE office. So all the communication, all about being communicated, it's a practice that a copy is being filed in the this register, so that for later references. And now with the technology, most of the communication we do it through mail and all, and still there's a practice that a copy is downloaded and it is filed in the, so that is for easy access. So if it's a mail and all, you will have tracking will be difficult. I mean, not tracking, tracing will be difficult. So and when person to person, it's an organization, new people join, and some existing people they leave in the course of the time and all. So filing these records will be beneficial, so that even when a new person takes over, it will be easy for them to get to the details. Then account books, it's all related with all purchase, then payment of salary, then all kinds of all accounting book details all will go into the accounts book. And they maintain special register also, that is craft work record, community activity record, production register, producers register, artwork, and it's all given in detail. So these are the different types of school records. And to the main here we have listed main records as school calendar, logbook, admission register, student register, teachers register, cash book, cumulative record cards, stock register. Stock register is the stock of the how many furniture per class, bonus that can be recorded, how many teachers chair, how many fan, how many lights are provided in each classroom. Then what else, in library, how many books are there, lab, or all the equipments, and how many computers, all that can go into the stock register. Then report to parents. And then service book is a record of the teacher, the joining date, then qualification, all those in service workshops, training, all that have been done. So in government jobs and all, the service that book is when they go join a new school, when they go on transfer, these details are updated. Then the teachers register, where all the teacher's diary, where they have a record of all the details of the students they are handling, all classes which they are teaching. Then list of mark sheet of all the exams they have conducted. So if that all is maintained in the diary itself, it will be easy for reference, and as and when there is a requirement, it can be checked without any difficulty ever. Then withdrawal register. So these are the different kinds of records that is maintained in school. And like we said, what is the objective of maintaining school record? It is to help the functioning of the school activities, to help the inspection team or the committee to know the various details regarding the school, to maintain records systematically, and to help in further planning. So these are the objectives of maintaining this records. And then like I said, there are so many registers and all, and now the question is, who should maintain the records, where it should be kept, and when it should be filled up. So like depending on their weightage, I would say, who should maintain the records. Definitely the apart from teaching, there will be secondary duties, and section wise there will be division, and some work can be done by administrative staff, some can be done by house masters, and that way the work can be divided. And where to keep this is important. All the important records are kept under the custody of the head of the institution, and where other people who are not concerned with it don't have access. And when to fill up, it has to be done systematically. As the work progress, it has to go so that there is no pending work. And at times and all, like it is recorded in a diary and rough book or so, and then when the time permits, it is neatly recorded in the register. So this is about the maintenance of records and various registers, and how students' register has to be maintained, and what are the details that should be entered in the service book and all. It is mentioned in the textbook itself. You can refer that for reading. And then objectives. So that is the maintenance of record. That's about this topic. School records are registered.